Hi, I'm Z and you are watching Ruang Bertamu with me and my guests for today. Who are they? Dio Karmawan from Ryot Jones.
Hi.
Okay, betul. You are Dio. Kyren from Ryot Jones.
That's good.
Azfar from Blast.
Up.
Syabil from Golden Mammoth and a lot of other bands.
Hello.
Bil Musa from Bil Musa.
Hi.
And Faris from Last.
Hey, what's up?
So, you guys okay? You guys look
Yeah,
so solid. Okay, so to loosen it up, I'm gonna ask a few questions. So my question is individually, starting from Faris. Okay, you're in a record store. What's the first album you see? Go.
Beach House Depression Cherry. I don't know
Why?
I don't know. I like that album. And then when you say record store, for some reason, Teenage Head Records came to mind. And then macam teringat they had that vinyl.
So
I love that vinyl.
You sure it's not Taylor Swift or anything?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Okay, good. How about you?
I would say Lemonade, Beyonce, just because someone posted it yesterday and then I was thinking, I really like the color yellow on that.
Right. Okay, Syabil.
Lemon Peaks.
Oh, just because you said lemonade and then you said lemon twigs lah, is it?
Yeah, it's contagious.
Inception, bro.
Okay, can lah.
Every time pergi Teenage Head memang ada kat depan.
Oh yeah.
Dulu lah.
Okay, now dah sold out, is it? Okay, how about you?
The Strokes, is it?
Oh, that's a good one. Like, I'm a bit biased when it comes to the Strokes.
Which cover art?
I mean, like
Yeah, which cover?
There's two cover
That's a good
arts.
question. Which cover?
the one with the latex glove.
Oh,
The latex glove on the.
the curves.
Right.
The curves.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good one. How about you?
Space Odyssey, Jamiroquai. Yeah, man. The album cover.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Funky, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I can't.
How about you?
Well, every time I go to a record store, I always see these compilation albums, like Now, Volume 1.
Extra mega hits.
Yeah, Superstar Mega Hits 2018, something like that. And I always get those albums.
Alright. Okay, second question. This one is a bit more personal.
No.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so if you're stuck in an island, so instead of me giving you water or food, I can only give you one album to listen to for the rest of your life. Since you're gonna die there.
So easy.
So, dah tahu dah. Okay, tahu. Okay, you know what? Since he knows, I'll start with you. So, which album is that?
It's Queen Greatest Hits.
Not
the greatest hits.
Compilation guy.
But that album though.
It makes sense though. You get the variety.
Yeah.
Like everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love that album actually.
It's a goodie bag.
Yeah.
Nice choice. How about you, man?
Oh man, okay, if I'm gonna be on an island stranded, most likely losing my mind, I would like to lose my mind to, I think Aha Shake Heartbreak, Kings of Leon. Kings of Leon.
nice.
Yeah, that
Wow.
would be a good album to lose your mind to.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Kings of Leon.
Yeah, man.
That's one to beat.
Yeah.
Okay, for me, I think it's gonna be a cliche question because I think my choice will be Is This It juga, The Strokes, because like is that album that every time I open my Spotify, like if I don't know what to listen to, that's my default. My default.
Yeah, do. I understand
wrong
that.
with that,
Dia pasal-pasal ni, can't you see? I get it. Okay, that's cool. So you, Syabil?
Can it not be a playlist instead?
Boleh.
Dia, okay, I'll choose Tame Impala for Guinness Book.
Not bad.
Iron
Cool,
Vibes.
bro.
Saya every time.
Every time, So, the base saya kan, Okay. So, kenyang tak makan tu? Okay, kenyang. Okay, Bil, what about you?
I think I would go with. Can I go with Greatest Hits as well? Greatest Hits from Elton John. Because I say if I was like stranded on an island, I would want to be reminded of like people I used to know, like my family. And like Elton John is like something that we jam to in the car lah. So Elton John would be nice.
I think out of all the answers, I think hers ni yang boleh save her. Because, Rocket Man can just come and pick her up. That's a lame joke. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah,
How about you?
for me, I'm glad Syabil didn't have the same answer. It's Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait.
classic, bro.
Yeah, it's a safe answer, but I think it's an important album to me. Yeah.
To everyone.
And kawan.
Okay, so how are you guys? I haven't seen most of you in a while. Let's start with Bill. How are you? Like, what's been going on?
What's been going on? I've been writing for other people a lot.
Cool.
Yeah.
Like,
I cannot say yet.
oh,
Yeah.
that's some juicy bits right there.
Yeah. Yeah, cooking in the studio, mostly writing for other people. I have one single coming out next week. When is this going to be aired? I don't know if this will be like, yeah.
Okay.
But 3rd Jan.
Okay, if this episode is out after, congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Okay. Can we know the name of the song?
Yeah, it's called Let Me In.
Okay. That is it. Okay. Right. So, singles for now.
Singles for now. I'm not working on an album as of yet. I'm just going to concentrate on singles. I have a few lined up for next year, but so far, Let Me In is the next one now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I can't wait for that. Now, Ryot Jones. So, what have you all been doing?
So we're recording the album now.
Okay.
Finally, we started. Hopefully it comes out September next year. Yeah, and then we're dropping a single in January.
What?
Yeah, featuring
Nice.
Sona One. Yeah, man.
She just dropped it like that, like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. Tell me more.
So song's called Radio. It's called Radio. Hopefully it gets played on the radio. That's the aim.
It should.
Okay. But yeah, so we someone came with the idea of the song, and then we were like, we want to feature somebody on it. We were like, who, siapa eh? And then we were like, let's ask Sona. So I was like, yo, Mika, do you want to be on a song with us? And he's like, hey, just send me the track. Let me hear it. If I like it, I'll be on it. I was like, okay. We didn't expect anything much. It's like, it's a long reach to get Sona, you know. And then sent it to him, and then he was like, yo, I'm on it. I was like, oh, jeez. See, Lord. Yeah, man. And then we were like, okay. And then we got him in the studio. He just kills it, dude. That guy is just insane, dude. Like, in like 3 takes, he got his whole part down. Like, and I was like, jeez. Like, the guy is a beast, man. And so we got it done, and then, yeah. And then he talked to his management, and management was cool with it. And so, yeah, the song's done. We're about to shoot the music video. So I think January will be out as well. So hopefully, yeah.
This is a lot to process.
Yeah.
How does it work for like macam guest artist in a song? Macam does he come in like listen to the song and he has his lines ready, or like do you give them the lyrics, or
Yeah. So no, sort of like
macam freestyle?
we because we wrote the whole thing already, and then we left his part empty for him to just put
Yeah.
his thing
Usually
to it.
for any rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
but-
anyone, we basically, and then Sona was choice number 1. And then we just asked him, and he was like, okay, so tell me what's the song about? And I was like, it's about an ex who wants you back, and like, but like after they dumped you, and now they want you back, but the only time they're gonna hear you or see you is when you're on the radio or on the videos.
Oh.
Yeah. So Sona was like, psh, I got that down, and I was like, okay, cool. And Sona just jumped on it, man. So he just let him do his thing, Yeah. So that was.
That's crazy.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
So have you guys performed this song before? Live?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how's the response from the crowd?
Good. We usually start our sets with it. We wanted to do it, Good Vibes, like with him, but our sets were back to back, so we couldn't really like, yeah.
Wait, so this was a long time in planning.
Time planning, man.
Oh
yeah,
my
man.
God.
Yeah.
Again, you should
Yeah.
told me.
Sorry.
Anyway, all right. So I think that's pretty good news. And like, since Sona One and Alif is they're on a roll, right?
They're on fire, bro. They are just.
So
anything
wait.
they touch gold, bro.
So was this before, after? What's that song I did it together with the whole tribute to Too Fat?
Because the whole was like the whole detail album was like sort of like the new two you know.
Yeah.
And that was insane. So when I was talking to him about it, it was because he's got a song for us. He had a song for us previously that he wanted us to get on.
Oh.
But that got delayed for a while because he was working on detail with
Right.
Alif and stuff. So then when we approached him with this. He was like, okay, ons. So I think we're gonna have 2 songs with him hopefully on the album. Yeah.
More surprises
Yeah.
is drop like that.
Yeah. One super pop that we made, and one more is insanely Motown, bro. Like this, like Sona is just a genius,
wow.
lah. Like nothing but props to him. Like
So now one, you guys, Motown.
yeah. That one's gonna be shocking.
Stop it,
What
guys.
is happening?
Stop it.
We heard the demo and then we were like,
Yeah, it's very Quentin Tarantino.
yeah,
punya
very
feel.
what? Yeah, big horns. Sona's composing the horns, and I was like,
Yeah,
wait, who's singing? And he's like, me. I'm like, jeez.
yeah, man.
He's
What-
cold, bro. He's cold. He's dangerous, bro. Sona is a dangerous man.
When he sent us the demo, right, we can tell that okay, this guy is the real deal. He knows music inside out, you know, and the lyrics and the tone of his voice, you know, and we're just so lucky for him to actually to join us on a couple of songs.
Yeah, man.
So we're just so lucky. That's all.
We're lucky words.
So, as I digest the bombs that were dropped just now, so last.
Okay.
So you guys just got back from Korea. How was that?
Good. It was like a really nice. It was like both a holiday for us. You know, it was really nice to get all the band together and travel Korea, but also it was really good to kind of bring our music overseas. Definitely, like we were there only just for like one show, just the Zandari festival. But then we managed to score like 2 more shows there, and just from the power of like DM, like we just like called DM and DM the venue saying like, hey, we're a band from Malaysia coming to Korea. Like, do you have any slots? And yeah, we got that. So much
And apparently, like the other shows pun, the other bands that they have in the lineup, they're also playing for the same festival. So apparently, a lot of other bands are in the same situation as us. Yeah. I mean, like you want to go there and just play one show. You gotta like utilize it. It's maximized.
But how's the
Okay.
response though from the Korean, music fans?
I mean, the first show was like it was one of those shows where I'm sure we all know this kind of show where macam yang ada ke depan is just like a dozen people and the loudest one is like Malaysian because like Ramayan was there too, and they were in the crowd and they were the loudest guys there. So but then the Koreans were pretty nice. But then the second show we played, that was really good because it was like this underground, really small, packed place, and like, everyone was like, because like Koreans love to drink, and when they drink, like they really like to move, they really like to like socialize, and they really like to show up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really good.
Strange food.
Strange
If you guys
food.
happen to go to Seoul, you gotta go there. Strange
Yeah,
food.
it's
Yeah,
the
it's
name of the
really
bar.
grassroots, really local, very honest place.
Yeah, but still, apparently, when we played at Strange Fruit, the organizers came up to us and he was like, "Oh, this is actually the wildest night they had since they opened up the venue."
What?
Yeah.
Because there were a bunch of Malaysians inside the venue, and we were all acting rowdy, macam.
Yeah.
Orang Malaysia buat lain buat bangai
Tuhan and
The best. It was really fun. Yeah, I think it was definitely one of the highlights of the year for us, for sure.
So and then the short film that Amir Johari directed.
Yeah.
right? So was it macam memang dia dah plan nak buat ke dia memang ke go along the way tengok macam mana?
I mean, because we wanted to get a videographer there. One thing, obviously, because you just want to document it, it's like once in a lifetime kind of thing for us, anyway. So Amir obviously worked for us for the album cover and our video. So like there was no other choice but Amir. And then when he knew about that, dia terus macam he wanted to do a documentary, and he was basing it off of I think Arctic Monkeys did
Yeah,
like
there's this short video about the making of their album, Tranquility Base. So yeah.
So macam he was inspired by the visuals and videography of that video, and he did his own thing with us dekat Korea. And Amir is like, the thing with him is that kita macam we trust him a lot. So macam bila dia ada idea, we just jalan je dengan dia. So yeah. And then it turned out pretty okay.
Yeah,
Pretty well.
I feel like it's
We love it.
very improv, very free flow. I mean, working with Amir is about like having like a rough, idea on where to go. But once you get there, like you never know what's gonna happen. Plans always change, and it's in Korea. We haven't been there. We haven't scouted, the good places yet. So over there, it's more of just like walking around and just seeing what fits. And yeah, like some things happen, some things like Eddie juga. Macam like we wanted to do a music video but gonna happen.
Too ambitious for us. Macam like
But
nak
in
pergi
the
sana, nak buat video, nak buat music video, macam like too much.
Yeah, but it was quite productive. Like we left, feeling very rewarded, and we just had like the documentary, the performances, and also 3 acoustic videos. So yeah,
It was a good trip, and I would definitely recommend next year for all like new bands, like really investigate how to get to Zandari Festival because it's really good.
yeah. Just like Zandari, but just go out there. Just apply for festivals out there, no matter big or small festivals.
I never know.
Right. So kau ikut tak?
Ikut dah.
So how was it for you?
It was just a holiday for me.
Yeah.
Orang pergi buat content ke apa kan. Pergi museum.
Yeah,
Well, I saw those museum photos though. Some of that were really woo.
yeah.
Dia tak sesuai untuk tontonan ramai. So we will not show it. Okay, we'll keep it okay?
What's the name of the museum?
Saya in the location.
Anyway, how about Golden Mammoth though? So you just released a new
Yeah,
song.
well, kita actually plan buat
Yeah.
plan nak release single by single. So we are releasing one more single next week, 25th. This will be out after that, then it's lepas. But next week 25th, it's a song called Gelias Touch. Dia macam it's a song that was separated into 2. Sebab the first is basically the whole chunk of the song. The second one is a jam part, which I'll leave that out from the single itself. So
Radio edit.
yeah, radio edit lah. Not really lah. Dia
Okay.
macam separate tracks. So nanti basically the song is a cliffhanger. So I want people to actually look forward for the album.
So dia bersambung lah kira.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. I love that kind of stuff. Yeah.
But because I really want people to listen to the whole album instead of just
Yeah.
one glance to the single.
Yeah.
So will Lab with Luxury and this song, Gelias Touch, will they be in the same record?
Yes.
So what's the difference between Lab with Luxury and Gelias Touch later? Boleh?
Life of Luxury is basically the first section of the album. Dia macam ada medley lain lah at the start of the album. Gelias Touch is more like a closing of the album.
Sweet.
So what I did was basically I gave them previews of what happened early on in the album and then the ending.
It's a journey.
Yeah, journey.
Nice.
So-
But this is actually the first love song that I wrote. Tak ada first, macam second.
Wait, so all this while, okay, well, no, okay, fine. So
This one dia macam love for
You want love songs?
so love juga.
Ni love untuk person.
Oh. Macam mana?
Current
Romantic
person,
love.
past person, oh man.
Siapa kelaya?
Siapa Galea? Oh, that's a good question. Siapa Galea?
Ada lah.
Dia bukan Galea Organa. Okay.
Galea Organa.
Galea Organa.
Galea
Dia
Organa.
inspired by that lah sebenarnya.
Nice.
Oh yeah, for real lah.
Sweet.
Okay, cool.
Wow,
I was just playing around. That's really good.
Nice guess, man.
Tu boleh main Rockaway ke Good Vibes?
Yeah.
Eh? Mana tahu?
But
Apa
Hey.
pula?
Rakui tak sempat.
Yeah, it's March, right?
Yeah.
Good Vibes sempat.
Good vibes, bro.
Talking about
Vibes,
good
bro.
vibes, right? I think all of y'all here have experience playing at Good Vibes. So I'm gonna ask each of you lah. So starting with you,
Yeah.
how was it?
It was fun.
Tu je.
It was fun. It was, well, it was surreal actually. To know that we actually get to play such a big stage, in front of thousands of people. And the first time we experienced it was at Good Vibes. So it means a lot to me personally,
Yeah. What were you? You shared the same stage. with me.
Yeah, I think always like that was our second time playing Webs. We got 2017 as well, but in 2017 because we were up so early, we played to like 15 people. It was damn sad though. No, but like it was still something we were thankful for. So and then to know that at least like okay, the band's growing. And 2019 they gave us a later slot, so we were like, hey, that was really
We
awesome.
played after last.
Yeah. No. Afterwards was
Same
midnight
stage
music.
after last.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right. Okay, faham. Okay.
So yeah, and then to play that many people, that was insane, man. Like I got chills because I got to see them start without me because I usually don't go on stage with the band. So I let them start first. I takut lah.
Terus I get it.
So like to watch them start and then to see the reaction and that was something that was really cool for me. And then to go up there and do a thing in front of that many people, man, that was something to be grateful for. So I was like really like, it was awesome. I was dope. I think that's the most people we've ever played for. So far.
I think this year they had the biggest crowd, right? It was
Yeah,
like-
dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I think by 5 p.m. was like.
Honestly, it didn't feel like genting. Dulu time tu panas juga.
Panas.
There was so many people.
I had the leather jacket on. I took it off at the end. I was, oh man, that's not a good idea, bro. Like a sheet of like sweat.
But you guys shared the same stage? Do you guys share the same feeling?
I think so, man. It
Yeah,
was electric.
yeah, for sure, definitely. Macam like it's also one of, definitely the biggest crowd we've played to. But not as big as Midnight Music. Definitely, because like I still remember like macam looking out to the crowd, ramai juga macam. And like to sebelah kan, like the fans were already waiting for Midnight Music. Like 4 times our crowd, or like 4 or 5 times our crowd. It was like crazy, man.
Those guys, massive fan base.
Yeah.
But
And very loyal.
yeah. But we'll take it, man, because like at first when we got the invitation to macam we were like macam, is this our crowd? Like is good vibes? Like can we mesh with that time? But like but at the end of the day macam definitely something that I hope to experience again. It was really really surreal juga.
What was the song that masa kau main tu kau macam oh man, you will forever remember it?
Desire, definitely.
Oh.
Desire was pretty good. Because like when the crescendo hits, like in seeing the whole crowd jump, like man, like some then oh shit, like this is why I do music.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
This is
Like,
why I'm poor.
Yeah.
This is why I'm poor.
This is why I'm poor. Yeah.
Worth it.
Desire was made for that crowd.
Kan, yeah.
Dia lompat-lompat, right?
Yeah, definitely. So that was like also one of the biggest highlights of this year of our career for sure. I think.
You played with them, right?
Yeah.
So how was that?
Okay, but I was nervous, compared to last 2 years. Played for orang so.
Oh yeah.
But I wasn't nervous that time. Tapi macam for last, I don't know, man.
I think because orang we
and then I
played.
fucked up a song.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Biasa, kau biasa kan every show ada fuck up.
tak ada.
But yeah, tolak gaji.
But then it became more macam nerve-wracking bila I tengok sebelah and then like everyone was lining up for Midnight Music. Scary ya.
It is.
I think that's always damn scary. Looking to the side. After this is Sona, I was like, Sona's line is so long in the back, and then we all had like a few. I was like, Jesus, please, please something. And then and eventually packed out. And I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
you guys killed it.
Hey, thank you.
That
You
opened
guys,
my eyes. That opened my eyes.
For sure.
thank you.
Anki and they are like super way up there.
Jangan.
Apa dude? You guys are insane, dude. Man.
Maybe no offense to you guys.
Dude,
Session ni sih, betul lah.
Kan in the band seramai tu.
Nak ejek depan-depan kan.
Talking about group vibes again, Bill, how was your experience?
It was really crazy for me because I think I went the year before that because it was okay. I don't know when Good Vibes actually started, but the year before I did it, which was last year, 2018. So 2017, I went, and it was like insanely fun for me and all my friends. Like, and that time I was working tau, so macam okay, tak apa, I macam dah party all day for 2 days. Pergi kerja the next day, I don't care, like 3 a.m. turun, genting. I went to work the next day and I was just like, oh my god. But macam best lah because I really, really enjoyed that time. And it was for me, macam the next year my goal was like, I want good vibes. Like for me, that was like all I wanted. So when I found out that I got it, I was like, oh my god, I think I nangis kot that time. And then, yeah, it was really good. Like, going up on stage, like I had a really early set as well. So I got like, I think 3:30, whatever. Is that the earliest? Yeah. 3 or 3:30, but I got the first one lah. So I'm macam, okay, confirm tak ada orang, right? Then I went, it was like, ramai juga. Like, it was like a whole crowd there, and there's people at the side, and then when I started singing, like, they all came to the front semua. And there's like crazy mak salehs down there who are like, I don't know on what, like dancing to my music. Best lah, it was really fun.
Like one of the best things about Good Vibes, I forgot. Is the food catering, no?
Oh yeah, dude.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
The
Yeah, man.
food catering.
I don't know what you guys
yeah,
have.
yeah,
I don't know
What
what
do
you
you,
guys
what do you guys have? What do you guys have?
I don't know because like I think it was pasta.
Yeah,
Yeah, the pasta, right?
So Dance is eating the pasta, and I was like, I gotta get the pasta too.
Dude, you can
that guy
choose
is-
what sauce you want.
Yeah, yeah. They
Like
cook it in
pesto
front of
or
you.
whatever.
Seriously?
Sauce,
Yeah.
That's cool. I think the awesomest part is like the fact that they make us feel really like we are part of being international
Yes.
artists as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I really appreciate that because I think that is the step to macam validifying macam
Yeah.
indie local music
Yeah.
scene and everything, right?
For
To
sure.
to not have this sort of like partition between international and local ke apa.
Yeah.
So I think they did a good job of making us feel like
Yeah.
part of the whole festival, lah, you know.
And then everyone's like back room
Hmm.
are all just next to each other. So you just like Dale's just walking around.
Yeah, I can bump into each other.
Yeah, everyone's just casual, super cool. Like
Macam,
I think
yeah, I'm
that's
just
the-
walking around, like looking around. Macam, yeah, I can see everyone there. Right?
Super cool.
It's crazy like now macam like thinking about next year, right? Macam even if you don't know what the lineup is, like you kind of want to go just to like experience the whole thing. And macam now like they've come to a point where they've transcended lineups. Macam like
Yes.
you know you're gonna have a good
ass,
vibe
yeah,
there.
you have a good ass time there. Yeah.
Again, talking about good vibes, orang kata that good vibes is one of the few celebrations across the year yang celebrate, yang dia punya line up for local, a lot of bands or artists yang usually sing in English. Because you rarely see, I mean, with the exception of Mazdo and Osale, and also you have also a few master tracks as well, right? Hey, macam that's how people understand it. So, what do you think about that? Macam as artists yang mostly your songs are in English atau you started with English, macam how do you fare against bands yang mainstream ataupun bands yang memang 100% bahasa?
I don't know. I think like when people have this misconception about like festivals, like Good Vibes are English speaking festival, right? They so-called lah. So when they announced Masdo this year, there was that whole controversy, right?
Yeah.
And I remember telling him, like, because we were talking about it, and then I remember telling him, I was like, dude, all these people who are making noise about Masdo being on that lineup, on that day itself, they're about to see what those boys are like live, and that everyone's going to change their mind. For all that noise that people made there, that crowd went crazy when those boys were playing it. And that's a testament to the scene. Because I feel like there's so much of like, oh, these festivals for this, these festivals for that. But at the end of the day, I realized that no matter what language the music is in, Malay, English, kalau music tu dope, semua orang layan lah. And I really realized that because I think like for us right now, we get to like play the Malay scene festivals juga kan. So like now we're starting off like the shows and everything. And it's all, at first it was very nerve-wracking for us, macam, okay, will the crowd accept it ke tak? But at the end of the day, macam everybody just has fun. Tak kisah lagi siapa, it's music kan. So I think that's the thing for me, like now that like we just gotta accept that we're Malaysian and any language. It could be a Chinese language, it could be Mandarin, Cantonese band, Cantonese jazz, funk band. Lion Jones. but yeah. So yeah, I think right now it's a good place, the scene. I think it's a very healthy place.
And I feel like macam Good Vibes pun I think is diversifying themselves, especially this year macam with Masdo, and yeah, I think hopefully next year they'll be more diversified, because it's always a success if one band goes there and then it's like it kind of shows all the other bands in that scene like, hey, you can make it as well, you know. So I think that's very important and just brings everyone up at the same time.
Right, 100%.
I mean, Masdo is a festival
Yeah.
band, right?
That's why aku macam pelik.
Perfect.
Macam like the controversy was like, wait, what? What are you guys? What are you guys angry about? And
But then we haven't talked about the electronic stage, electric stage that Datuk Mau.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Datuk Mau.
He's crazy. He's
Yeah.
damn good.
That guy is crazy,
Datuk
bro.
Mo.
Datuk Mo. There's nice guys as well.
Yeah.
Nice guys. They do a lot of shows with Tiger.
Yeah.
Super cool guys, super friendly, damn nice guys.
But Datuk Mo also raps in Mandarin, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mandarin, yeah.
Wait, is it Canto or something?
Canto,
like that?
Canto, is it?
Canto, and there's a bit of English as well. They mash up. They've got like choruses in English and stuff. They're hardcore, man.
Yeah.
People will just put tak kisah kot bahasa apa.
Yeah.
Just layan,
It's
bro.
like, yeah.
That's the scene, bro. The scene's magic. I think right now where it is, I feel like it was like boiling hot, like to 98, 2000, early 2000, and then it went down for a while, and then it caught up. And I think right now that pace that it's caught since, like I would say 2004 onwards, 5, 6, like right now I feel like this scene is about to like just explode. I feel like
It's just waiting.
yeah, dude, you can feel it. You can feel it. You can sense it now. Like I could like, I think there's so many people who are about to like blow up, and I know I just feel like this scene is solid right now, really solid .
Do you think that like the scene nowadays dia lagi banyak variety than it was before?
Yeah, because aku rasa macam now with internet and Spotify and like macam everyone's thing is on everything. So macam like the barriers of genre is like it's gone already. You know, like rap kids can listen to indie rock kids can listen to experimental stuff, and yeah, macam pergi shows pun macam it's not just like semua spesial ni kan. Everyone is like have their own style and coming from different scenes. So macam yeah, pretty sure it's like more diversified now than before, because before I think like pre-internet or early internet macam maybe like they're all like in their own cliques. Now macam dah
Maybe there's this like subculture thing,
Yeah,
you know, in the past. But like
now macam the subculture dah jadi culture.
Culture, yeah.
Talking about cliques, do you think we still kind of have it, or
I think
we're just hanging out?
I think we do have, and I think it's important juga because you know everyone has to have, you know, people want to identify with something, right, in terms of style ke apa.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just like one aspect, and I think music is like more apa? Like yeah, there's cliques in terms of style and fashion, but I think music everyone can dig everything now.
Yeah. That's for sure. Even when we started, people were like, "Oh, do y'all playing funk? Like, do y'all know that's not gonna sell in Malaysia, right?" And they were like, "We'll see, you know." And eventually, like, so many different crowds accepted us. You know, like we played like random rap gigs before. We played like the indie gigs as well, and everyone is just super it's like cross-pollination I feel like right now the scene, everyone's like just supporting each other, people are collaborating like from left to right, and yeah man, I think like the scene is super accepting right now. I think everybody just wants good music regardless of what genre. The most important thing people want is like the good music
Talking about good music and dui bahasa, I think Bill, you have experience in writing in both languages, and do you see different responses when you release a bahasa song and when you release an English song? Does it come from the same crowd?
I actually do. I feel like when I release songs that are fully Malay, obviously it gets played on certain Malay radio stations. So then I get like those people who listen to, you know, the Malay radio stations. So it's a little bit different, but I think most of the people who listen to my music listen to English and Malay anyway. Like they're open to both. So I think it doesn't differ that much. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys realize sekarang ni there's a lot of listen to English and Malay anyway punya crowd.
Yeah.
Right,
That's
macam
true.
I think your label mates Pastel Light.
Yeah.
They now they've shifted to mostly Malay bahasa. Yeah. They release an album, right?
Pop Bilik Tidur.
Right. So they also listen to you, to your English stuff as well.
Yeah.
And they will also incline to listen to your album.
Yeah.
So there's this new crowd that sekarang ni dia listen to semua benda. Do you think that's a good thing in a way, or that's just macam it's just a spark but it won't go anywhere?
I think it's a good thing. Always a good thing that people can listen to more stuff. But I think there's definitely more chance of your song being big or like reaching more markets if you sing in Malay lah. You know, and I think, I don't know if you guys feel this too, but macam being an English speaking singing band, there's the hump you gotta get past, you know, because like obviously Malaysia macam, you know, the majority is Malay, right? So there's definitely, sure, you have the KL crowd done, but definitely outside of KL, more Malay
Yeah,
markets.
that's the hard one
Yeah, it's
to
really hard.
reach. Yeah.
So like we can feel like we're doing pretty good here, but like there's
Yeah, sometimes
more people out there.
you don't realize there's like a whole new market that you know
Yeah.
is so uncharted to us.
Tapi macam I feel like as creatives pun macam people always come to us or like people always like say macam hey you guys should release like a Malay song apa kan, but I feel sure on a marketing point of view it makes a lot of sense, but I think as creatives we have to kind of like really feel good about it, really feel like it's coming from the heart baru song really release this kind of stuff so
I think like for us, I think like we've talked about it a lot, and like I think the thing that we tend to get caught up with as English speaking bands is that like KL is such an echo chamber of like we're all caught up with, okay, this band's big in KL, this band's big in KL, but then outside of KL we have to realize that it's not the thought, you know, it's not what everybody else is thinking, you know. So like for us, like it's always just been about whether the song's right or not. So far everything we've written happens to be English, but we're definitely like hoping to target a Malay song as well. So as long as it feels right, and that's the most important thing.
Like for you, if you write Malay songs, like do you come into it like thinking that you're gonna write a Malay song or
No.
natural, you know, it just
Yeah, I
comes?
was just gonna say that because actually the good thing about being under my label, which is Room Records, is that they don't tell me what to do creatively. Like that part, they'll just leave it. You know, like will come in once in a while and be like, okay, I think you can change this up, but it's never like, okay, you need to write this kind of song. You need to write a pop kind of song so we can market you here, blah, blah, blah. It's always like, you just write whatever you want and then, we'll shift, we'll adjust from there lah. And the good thing is that I'm really thankful that I can write in Malay as well, but it's never like, okay, today I nak tulis a Malay song because it's going to play on radio. It's always like, sometimes I feel like more poetic in Malay, so I'll just write in Malay. Sometimes I have like words, like Malay words lingering in my head, so macam tulis. But it's never like, I don't force myself to write English or Malay.
It's really interesting juga because I feel like macam singing in Malay kind of like just naturally has like a different melody. Macam it's very hard to like macam like just take an English melody and then just like translate to Malay.
For real.
Very true.
Yeah, that's why like with my recent release, my recent single, which is Pikachu, it's in Malay, but it's lo-fi punya beat. So like when my producer showed me the lo-fi beat, I was like, I want this, but I want to write it in Malay, just to macam test lah how it was. So I mean, I liked it. Turned out good for me lah. So that was interesting lah, because usually when you write in Malay, it's usually like, I don't know, a ballad. Or most of my Malay songs are like a ballad or a cutesy.
How's the reception from audience for that song?
For Pikachu?
Yeah.
It's
From
good.
the Malay audience.
From the Malay audience, it's good. It's a good reaction, but that's the thing, like, it's not reaching the audiences that I want it to reach, because I was hoping it was going to be played more on like Malay radio stations and stuff. Just because like, even like for, I think a lot of my friends, they don't really listen to local music unless it's like, something macam like, something that sounds international, I suppose. So macam for them, it's like, okay, this is a nice lo-fi song, but they wouldn't really vibe to it because it's like in Malay, I guess. I don't know. So I would want it to reach because I feel like it would do well with like the masters, I suppose, but it didn't reach there. But we are remixing that song. I don't know if I can mention it, but yeah, with Imran Ajmain. He actually came to me with the idea. He was like, I really like your first verse. Can I take that verse and like we can do something with it? And then we're gonna leave some space for a rapper to come in. So we're just gonna remix that song and see how it goes. Yeah.
So your name is in mind for a rapper?
One.
Actually, I was gonna say that. Because I mean, me and him, like because I wrote so I used to work in this company called Rocket Fuel, and then we met this Thai artist, which is Chalida. So I wrote a couple of songs for her, and then when he heard the song, he was like, "Oh my God, Bill, I didn't know you could write songs, blah blah blah. Like we should collaborate on something in the future." So I don't know. Hopefully, like he'll treat me the same way he did. Yeah, but we're looking at a few, but we'll see lah. Siapa.
Talking about international sound, kan? Macam I think that was the stumbling block that most of us ada. I think not just while making music, but growing up, orang selalu cakap that Malaysian bands tak ada that international sound, or some shit like that, right? Do you think that there's actually do you think that's a real thing, or is it just macam these people are being dictated to listen to this way saja through the influx of like songs and bunyi macam tu je?
True.
Yeah.
That's why. I think the richness in music is what defines your sound. You know what I mean? Okay, if you listen to like pop Malay ballad, you won't see any. Can I get technical?
Go ahead.
Okay, you can't hear any voicings in it, any richness in your chord, nothing. It's just Ryot. You know, there's no major 7, minor 7, nothing, because it's safe. Because it's safe, and to have that international sound, you have to take a risk of putting the richness in the music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But like what defines an international sound?
Yeah.
I'm quite sure there's shitty American bands, shitty British bands. Like what does an accent make something international?
I think first the language.
I but yet again there's like
Maybe what people
Yeah.
mean is a sort of
Or
standard, I
Malay-
guess. Like,
Malay song never mind.
or maybe it's just like a third world mentality or something.
Yeah.
You know, like people in Malaysia,
Yeah.
you know, they're growing up. They always like look up to others, especially
Yeah.
Western media.
I think
like
that's very true.
MTV, whatever's on TV.
Yeah.
So it's like an illusion, you know. It's like something to aspire to, you know.
Yeah.
So I guess that defines what they mean by international sound. It's like a standard that's out there, you know.
I reckon, right, you could if you just played like a local band song and you told them like, oh, that's Ed Sheeran, they'd be like, oh, I love his new song lah, bro. But I feel like a lot of the masses here buy to names more than what the actual content is. It's like I always say Taylor Swift could release Baba Black Sheep and everybody would be like, yo, that's a Grammy-worthy song, bro. Although it is lah, like that's a dope song. But like yeah, still like I feel like the audiences here buy a lot more into who's singing the song than what the song is. And it's because everyone is so conditioned to a certain type of song. You know what I mean? Like the songs on radio, most of them have a formula. You see that formula, and when something breaks that formula, which is what I think most of us do, it's like people always like, oh, it's a bit rock lah, cannot lah, not
no,
rock
I don't
lah,
like
bro.
that lah.
It's on what's this funk apa ni though? Like so it's like I think it's just like with the rise of Spotify, I think that's a great thing because playlists and people getting to listen to more diverse stuff. What is cool to listen to is now more off radio than on radio.
Correct.
And so I think with that, then now people are more diversifying themselves lah. But to the masses, I think it's yeah. I think people just I think the whole international standard thing is agak nonsense lah.
But do you have any like because we're talking about that, macam, do you guys have any like bands that you think singing in Malay but sound international? Because I feel like bands like Toko Kilat,
Yeah.
I think like they sing in Malay but just sonically, like sound wise, production wise, I think they achieve the international sound.
Yeah.
And also bands like I think like Butterfingers,
Yes.
I think
Salam Music.
yeah.
No
Yeah. So I think there's I don't think it's just purely macam just because you're singing in Malay, you're not international.
Yeah.
I feel like there's still that kind of
Quality.
secret sauce
Yeah.
that perhaps is like the production, the mixing, the mastering, all of that comes into play, and I think that's why macam a lot of people like spend so much money. Like Toko Kilat, they probably spend money to master the stuff overseas and everything, right? I think those things add up and build up to the sound where people can listen to it.
Yeah.
And if they didn't listen to the language, they probably say, "Oh, ni band US and you know."
Yeah.
So yeah, I think there's a lot of multiple layers to this elusive international sound, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
And I think macam these days, if you want to compare with about maybe 10 years ago, I mean, it's more accessible for us to make music that are better in quality as well. I mean, technology moves with it as well, again. So, I mean, for individuals, like for songwriters and for composers of your end, so how has that helped you now that it was 10 years ago? Macam, I mean, does the kemudahan yang ada ni actually macam it does make it easier, but does it help your creativity ataupun dia tak cukup peram? You get what I'm saying? Macam bila benda tu tak ada, bila benda tu kurang, then idea tu lagi banyak daripada dia peram. Dia macam a bit repressed kan. Tapi kalau benda tu ada, dia macam benda dah senang, so you produce less quality. Is it like that?
so I don't know, because I was thinking, I think about that sometimes, because I feel like with more tools that you have, sekarang macam everyone with a laptop can make music, right? Ableton ada apa, whatever dia, and GarageBand semua ada. I think there's more people have access to music making stuff. There's bound to be more good stuff, but there's also going to be like more shit stuff.
Yeah.
You know, people have to like really dig through to get the real gems lah.
Yeah.
Whereas before, I think only the best would rise up.
Yeah.
Now, macam everyone rises up along with the shit and also the good stuff. So yeah, I think there's pros and cons, but I think overall it's like it's a good thing for the scene. You know what I mean? Anyone can make music, and they could be, you know, the next big thing lah. You know.
So that comes to also social media lah kan. So dulu, I think 10 years ago, there was MySpace, and everyone was hanging out. Not everyone lah. Some of us were hanging out at Times Square with our payung and our makeup. Okay. It wasn't me. I'm just saying. It wasn't me. Everyone, no, I was a spectator. But then time tu, all the songs mostly upload at MySpace. So it was a good place for the songs to keluar. Right? Tapi it was not mobile. Right. So now that we have Spotify, has it helped you expand your music in a way, but at what price?
It does help sebenarnya. Tapi macam, for me, I always take it as it being as an investment rather than I don't really mind spending bayar distribution ke just to get my music out there.
Yeah.
I mean it does the same thing juga kalau back then kau without social media pun kau kena keluar juga, you know, sell CDs kat jalan ke apa. So I think that's kind of help social media, and it helps you grow your network juga. Macam I think back then, even zaman MySpace pun, of course ada boleh reach luar, ada possibility tu. But like you're still in this macam circle. Kan MySpace kan ada macam those groups dulu kan.
Yeah.
So you're still macam in this circle in Malaysia juga. So macam with Spotify, you can easily see your music growing dekat other countries. Tiba-tiba macam aku dapat 59 countries, padahal I don't even know, I don't even spread my shit kat situ pun.
Yeah.
So I think it does help juga sebenarnya, and I don't really mind.
Tapi I think the cost, I think, is that it waters down the value of music, because like now all music is accessible on Spotify, right? And macam but so macam when someone comes out with an album, like the value of the album is not super strong. You know, I think that's why a lot of artists nowadays, like, they're doing the single route, which I think that makes like most business sense and most marketing sense. But yeah, with Spotify, macam it's just, you know, a song just dropped, an album just dropped, macam like I'm just gonna listen to like just the good ones. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think it just gets watered down a bit, the quality of not the quality, but the value of music, and also making money off Spotify and all this streaming stuff. It only benefits people who have hit like millions of plays, you know. For smaller bands like us, I think, yeah, like berapa sen lah we've made from Spotify? You know, yeah, because like it's like, you know, it's really minuscule. So macam, and that affects our album sales because people can listen to our music on Spotify. Yeah. So I don't know, it's good and bad. for sure, definitely. Yeah, that's my take on it.
Like for us as well, like when we discussed it, how do we approach it, and that's definitely super true. Then when I also look at the other side of the coin, when you look at like a band who did not take that route of releasing it online, like Masdo, and then the amount of physical copies they sold instead, and like isn't that like the paradox? I was like, is it just because we are all releasing it because we see everybody release it online that we are following that, or is it because they have that already existing fan base which can support that side of things, you know what I mean? So
So macam if you look at the other band is Iqbal M, dia keluar ke Spotify?
No, just a single.
Just one song.
Takahara pun Philippine Salty pun tak keluar kat Spotify, and they still have like big crowds, people still buy the CDs, stuff like that. So I mean it's very interesting. Maybe I'm not sure which came first, the fan base or
it's true.
It's
a confusion.
Talking about M, right? Like, diorang it's amazing how they can move with just their CDs, and then tak masuk Spotify sangat. I think Spotify ada lagu-lagu macam Kota Memujo. I think some of the older hits. Tapi the new album yang Anda Luncai Emas tu was not. Where is it again? Yes, and I think this album macam tak ada langsung dekat Spotify, which is amazing because you still hear that people sing along to the songs at the shows. And
I appreciate the
Yeah,
songs.
yeah,
it's just like what?
In all the songs.
So I think it's how you play with it, good. Mungkin I think how like that's my question, like which is the correct way to go about it?
But I guess there's no correct way because like, I think macam for us pun we had to like realize that macam like not all bands are created equally, not all bands have the same opportunity. So macam like when I look at Iqbal, I'm like, oh man, how'd you get all that the fans and everything? But same time, like the same, he's some bands have that X factor that could really defy people's expectations and all that stuff. So for us in particular, we just stay in our lane, good. Tapi macam it's very interesting just to see macam if you go to one of his shows and like you said macam nothing on Spotify, nothing on all online, but people are just
good business model.
But these bands have like a big
model.
they have a big portfolio though. Like before they release the album, they have tons of videos on YouTube. They've played live
They've been
everywhere.
around for quite some time as well.
Yeah, so I mean, just to say like these bands, they've worked really hard, to get to that level.
Yeah.
But I played a show in Perlis.
Oh yeah, how was it?
Bahang Indie Gig, right?
Yeah, Bahang Indie Gig.
Bahang gila.
That was literally macam one of the first gig kat Perlis aku. Tak ada, lu pernah ada lah.
Jangan macam tu.
Sorry yang boleh.
I'm sorry on behalf of.
It was like a stadium, man. Like everyone sang. And aku macam, ni lagu apa? I've never heard this song ever. And they were just singing every song. Every song. Aku macam, oh okay.
Can you imagine kalau ada 200 people there? 300 people there. And 100 people sang along to that song. Maksudnya dekat Perlis tu, 100 people bought that album and hafal.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the old days, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think that we will go back to selling CDs? Because, like the cassette store day, record store days are hit these days. So, do you think we'll go back there? Do you think like the new age listeners crave something to hold? Like buka balik lirik book, tengok buka macam besar-besar, tengok. Do you think? What do you guys think?
I feel like the environment is more encouraging now with things like Tapau TV. They're doing like awards for like best album art or whatever, and I think there's a lot more appreciation to the package of the album. So I feel like if a band wants to release an album, I think it's still worth it. Yeah,
I think
even vinyl as well and cassettes.
Looking at the pace, I think we're going there.
I think it ends up somewhere in the middle, where there will be that balance of people who just want to stream stuff and people who are a growing crowd of appreciating physical copy albums. And I think macam tu cantik ah. So because the free streaming people have an easier way of sharing the music out, and then the people with the physical copies are helping you fund the whole thing. So macam I think the scenes are going to a very nice place ah. Macam cantik yeah.
So for the next records ni, so are you all gonna
album saja
go physical
Spotify
as
tak
well?
ada.
Apa dia?
No Spotify, just album
Betul,
physical dia. Tak ada. But yeah, I mean, like for sure, I think what we had in mind pula for Takasimaya album, we want to make the physical experience like special. So we had like a limited edition apa benda tu semua kan. So I think that's one way to look at it. Macam like give everyone what they want on Spotify, but then give someone a reason to buy a physical thing. Make them feel like macam what they bought is something valuable and it's not just something that you can just like leave in your car ke apa kan, you know. I mean, people do that, but yeah, I think that's probably the best way because at the end of the day, macam accessibility and kemudahan wins. You know what I mean?
Right.
We just want to like, you know, search for something on Spotify and get it right. Yeah. But yeah, I think for the next album, whenever that's gonna be, we want to make it like, aku nak beli album tu, even though aku dah katam kat Spotify, aku dah beli album tu sebab macam aku suka the quality, aku suka macam the experience of opening it up and everything. I think that's why vinyl is so big now. It's like vinyl, when you want to hold it, you want to sit down, you know, it's like an experience.
Tengok ibu sih.
Yeah, kan. I mean, I don't have a record player, but that sounds really good. You know, like.
It is. All right, so thank you so much, my friends, for agreeing to borak-borak
Dah habis ke?
Air kosong.
Dah habis dah?
Kind of.
Okay,
baru
setengah jam.
One more episode. So that's all the time that we have for now. And yeah, thank you again for having me. Aku pula having me. So I hope to see all of you again for the next episode of Ruang Bertamu. Thank you guys.